Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Phelps Field here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valopek alongside me, legendary Ross Jernstrom. Ross, we have a good one here in store today. Quarterfinal matchup here in the state playoffs, and it's number 1 Westside hosting number 8 Kearney, coming 2.5 hours down to Phelps Field to play the Warriors.
Yeah, this is always a great matchup, the quarterfinals. You're only 2 wins away from the state champion finals down at Memorial Stadium, and this Kearney team comes in with a really good record, 7-3. They're looking for their 6th win in a row. They've won, or 5th win in a row. They've won their last 4 games, and they lost some games in the middle of the season, but they come in with a lot of momentum, so they're kind of on a roll.
Yeah, Kearney has been pretty known to be giant killers. Most recently, about 2020, I believe, they beat the number 1 seed of Bell West, which was the consensus top seed, consensus nearly state winner. Kearney beat them, and then Westside came swooping in to beat Elkhorn South to win that one under Cole Payton. So that's at least the most recent example I can find. But for Westside today, we're in the student section wise, we're kind of split today. We have the Kearney game here, and then down in Lincoln, it's state semifinal volleyball between Lincoln North Star and Westside.
That's right, and Westside's off to a good start down at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. They won the first set over Lincoln North Star, 25-21. They scored the last 5 points of set 1 to win it 25-21. And now in the second set, the Warriors trailed early in that set, but now they have come back to tie it up at 18-all in the second set. So they're on a roll, Hunter. The volleyball team is playing really well down there at PBA, and you were down there last night, and you saw them in that first set.
Yeah, they looked really good in that first game, but we're going to take you to the bracket now. Last week, Westside beat Bellevue West, Kearney beat Columbus, and that's what we have on Westside side of the bracket. Westside and Kearney, and then on the bottom side, whoever wins this game will play either Elkhorn South or Miller South. More or less, I think it's going to be Miller South, but Who knows? Maybe Elkhorn South could give them a bit of a run for their money.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think the Warriors are looking too far ahead to that matchup in the semifinals. They've got business tonight, and it's kind of a unusual warm night for a November playoff game. I can remember some games in the past where we've come here and it's been in the 20s, but this afternoon it was in the 60s, and now it's around 50 degrees and probably go down to about mid-40s by the end of the game. But little brisk wind, probably be about 10 to 12 miles per hour, but not too bad.
Yeah, and one of those impact players for Westside is going to be running back Tay Jenkins. He's had a, let's just say, lackluster past couple of weeks for Tay Jenkins standards, but still leads Class A in rushing yards, 1,614 of them, and 27 total touchdowns. He has been an absolute force.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tay-Tay's been quite the player this season, and he has 27 total touchdowns. The all-time record is 38 touchdowns in a season. So if he plays tonight, next week, and in the finals, that's a reachable goal for him to break that record. But he's only a junior, folks, and he is one player that can make a tremendous impact in a game. He has breakout speed.
Yeah, Tay Jenkins is going to be a really big part of that Westside offense, along with quarterback Braylon Warren, who has been really dominant so far this season, coming off a really stellar sophomore season. 22 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, has 17 Division I offers, and we saw it last week against Bellevue West. We saw Iowa head coach Kirk Ferentz and Iowa offensive coordinator Tim Lester come out and watch Warren themselves. So they were in there for a pretty good show with the 42-7 win.
Yeah, that was exciting always to have a Division I coach of Kirk Ferentz's stature to come in here to Phelps Field and watch the game. I can remember covering games all through the years, and every once in a while Coach Ferentz would show up at a game in the Metro Conference, and it was always a big deal. He's always had a lot of success getting players to come out of Nebraska and go to the University of Iowa, and it's worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah, that's one of their top recruits here in Nebraska is Braylon. And we're going to look to the other side with Kearney. They're led by quarterback Zach Atchison, who 5 touchdowns to 8 interceptions isn't the greatest stat line, but he does it all with his legs. When I've talked with a couple of players, Kearney is a run-first team, 618 passing yards, but 133 on the ground, and at the frame of 6'2" and 190, he is a big man to take down.
Yeah, they average 21 points a game on offense, yards per game just over 200, but the big stat, like you mentioned, Hunter, is the rushing yards. They average 132 yards on the ground compared to only 71 yards passing. So the big challenge for the Warriors tonight will be that defensive front, just to kind of own that line of scrimmage and battle in the trenches. That'll be where this game is decided.
Yeah, and behind Atchison will be running back Levi Pofel, who comes into the day with 528 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns, and a couple of games over 100 yards, so he's not anybody to mess around with. Receiving-wise, not very star-studded for the Bearcats. Leading receiver is Cannon Cope with 210 yards, but otherwise than that, everybody else under 130.
Yeah, I remember Cannon Cope from last year. He was a great player, and he still has got some really impressive stats. 210 yards on 13 receptions. He's done very well. And you know what? They've scored a lot of points here in the last few games. They scored 42 points against Bryan, 24 against Columbus. Probably their most impressive win was 31-28 over Millard North, and that kind of kicked him into a 4-game winning streak. So this offense is capable of putting up some points.
Yeah, as we see the Bearcats running out onto the field, I want to take it to the defensive side now. The key of the game, turnovers.
Yeah.
That is going to be whoever wins this game will win the turnover battle. Kearney forcing 24 of them on the season, including 3 interceptions in the last game against Columbus, including 2 of them for Trey Norman, the safety. 6 interceptions on the year, 2 of them last game. He had a pick 6 and leads Class A with 6 of them.
Yeah, the big difference for them is turnovers, like you mentioned, 24 this season. That's really impressive, and 10 sacks. So, you know, in a game where, Westside would be mostly favored in a match like this, something like a turnover will really determine the outcome of a game, because Westside could have the most yards all day, but if you get down in that red zone and make a fumble or an interception, that's what is going to win Kearney this game. But here come the Warriors.
Yeah, we'll send it to a break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll watch the Warriors come out, and then we'll have kickoff between the number 1 Warriors and the number 8 Bearcats.
Other teams fear us. We are bigger than football. We will not be denied under these lights. We are champions.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. May God be with you all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet and make some noise, because here they are.
And here come the Westside Warriors, coming in at a record of 9-1 on the season. Their one loss coming at home to Central. And Ross, we have another volleyball score update. You want to get that to us?
Oh, it's good news down in Lincoln. The Warriors have won the second set, 25-20. They scored the last 5 points to win it. It was tied 20-all, and they scored the last 5 points. So now, after winning the first set 25-21 and the second set 25-20, they are up by 2 sets over Lincoln North Star, and that is huge because all they need is one more set, and they're in the Class A championship match on Saturday night.
Yeah, that would be a really good game. They really have come out and punched #1 North Star in the mouth really good, and they have just done a really good job so far. They had a really big win Wednesday, which I called against Marion, where they looked really dominant, and now they've come out and taken down North Star in the first 2 sets. They're a 1 seed.
Yeah, and it's not just one player for Westside that's making the kills. The person who made the most kills was Madeline Lamb with 5, and I mean, nobody else had any more. I mean, it was so spread out. It was really a team win for the Warriors, the way they played in that match. So, boy, they have a break now with 2 sets, and it looks like the Warriors are in command down there in Lincoln.
We'll give you more volleyball score updates as it goes on. 2 sets in, the Warriors up on that 2-0, as the Warriors will kick it away to begin the game. Everett Sherlizin back to kick it off. Here to start quarterfinal action. And he runs up and will kick it away, and we are off from Phelps Field as that one goes into the end zone and for a touchback. And leading out the Bearcats will be quarterback Zach Atchison, a really big guy who can run the ball really well.
Well, we'll see how good this Westside defense starts off tonight. Last week it was kind of slow at the start, but boy, did they pick it up later in the game. And we'll see at Kearney what they can do on offense. Look for them to run the ball here. That's where they've had the most success this season, is running the ball, averaging over 200 yards a game. So look for the Bearcats to run it up the middle.
Atchison will be in the backfield with Pofel, and a quick stoppage of play here as they are going to send Trey Norman over to the other side, and they're going to send him to the sideline.
It might be something with his equipment over there, because they're looking at his belt on his pants over there, so on the sideline. So some equipment that went right in front of the official.
Atchison in, will pitch it out on the speed option. Pofel will bring it up to about the 24-yard line, and that will pick up about 4, and we can already see it. Little speed option action from the Bearcats.
And look for Spencer Studhide over there on the left side, outside linebacker. Insides, John Paul Ryan and Monte Costello and Quentin Warren.
Quentin Warren's out for today.
And Quentin, yeah, I mean, that's a huge loss for Westside in this game. He is one of the best players on the team.
I was told he was dealing with a shoulder issue. They're going to move down Reed McIntyre from the safety spot and put Adrian Gonzalez in his place. As that one, Atchison passes to the outside, completed to Alex Canole, and he picks up a first down right at the stick.
And if you can see in the visitors grandstand, we got probably about 20 Kearney High School students that made the 2.5-hour trip from Kearney. And so it's not as big a cheering section as we've seen from some of the other teams, but they got some spirit over there behind the bench.
New set of downs for the Bearcats. Atchison at his own 24-yard line. Motion man is Canole. They're going to fake the handoff. Atchison up the middle, speared at about the 25-yard line by Bryson Williams. A gain of about 3, and I'll bring up second down.
Yeah, this is the game plan for Kearney. You know, burn a lot of clock, run up the middle between the tackles, occasionally to the outside, but, you know, try to get that first down in 3 plays.
4 plays in. Haven't advanced much, but got a first down on their first couple of plays. Atchison hands it off to Pofel. He sneaks up the middle, breaks a tackle, up past the first down marker, still chugging his way to about the 42-yard line. And a new set of downs for the Bearcats, that they've been running the ball very effectively here early.
Yeah, this has been 23 yards in about 4 plays for the Bearcats. They're moving that ball on the ground. And we've got an update from Lincoln. They are now in the 3rd set, and Westside leads Lincoln North Star 4-0 in the 3rd set. Westside up by 2 going into the 3rd set.
So a big update down there, maybe some upset action from Lincoln. Another speed option out to Pofel. He breaks a tackle, chugging his way, keeping the legs moving past midfield and into Warrior territory. And another first down.
Yeah, very impressive. They've driven the ball all the way from the 20 in 6 plays, and they're just going forward, downhill all the way.
Atchison going to get the play call from the coach himself. Brings it back to the huddle. Clock ticks under 9:20, and they have burned some good clock here on the first drive into Warrior territory. So they're going to hand it off up the middle. No gain at all for Justin Smets. And they'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that was just a great stop there by the Warriors. Really stuffed it up the middle, and it maybe about a gain of 1 yard, maybe at the most, for Kearney right there. So that was the best play on defense by the Warriors.
Pofel comes back in as the running back for the Bearcats. No gain on the play, so that'll bring up second and 10. Bearcats moving pretty well down the field against this really star-studded Westside defense. Atchison fakes the handoff, will take the option play to the outside, breaks a tackle, has a first down and more, and pushed out of bounds by Adrian Gonzalez, but not before a gain of about 13 yards and another Bearcat first down.
Boy, that was a great run, just kind of a rollout. And Hunter, he gained about 15 yards on that play down to the 33-yard line from the 47. He did a really good job, kind of outrun the pursuit and got pushed out of bounds there at about the 33-yard line. But again, this offense for Kearney just burning a lot of clock. I mean, we're down to 8:20 here in the first quarter, and Westside hasn't even had one play from offense.
Handed off, Pofel slipped in the backfield, and that's where they're going to mark him down. The first lost play for Kearney, and now back him up a couple of yards. And we saw this against Omaha Central. Westside's one loss of the year was a mobile quarterback. That one in BJ Newsome, this one in Zach Atchison.
Well, they're doing a good job on that one, but it was only because Kearney slipped in the backfield. But it is a loss now, brings up second down and about 12.
Atchison running a long way, getting play calls directly from the coach. And head coach Brandon Kuhl. He'll be in the backfield along with Pofel. He'll get a designed rollout to his left. Still rolling, nowhere to go, and he goes under. A little bit of a loss, but a sack nonetheless. And the Warriors forcing a third and very long.
Okay, we've got third down and 13 here for Kearney, and you got to expect them to pass the ball because this is, unless they want to maybe run the ball and just get it close for a possible field goal. And there's not much wind here at Phelps Field, so that's not going to be a big factor tonight.
Sounds like it on the broadcast, though. Atchison back to pass, trips right, looking deep, will go long, and had a man by a couple of steps, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jaden Norman. Looked like Micah Benning on coverage, and that'll bring up 4th and 13. And it looks like Atchison will stay out on the field, and maybe the Bearcats will go for it. I will say, though, the Bearcats kicker is Carter Symington, 8 for 11 this year, but his long is 54 yards. So he has a leg.
Yes.
But it looks like Atchison coming back to the huddle. They're going to go for it. It would be about a 54, 55-yarder from here. And at the Westside 37, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Back to pass, designed rollout, looking, still looking. Now going to air it long for Norman. Incomplete. And no flags come in. It's Micah Benning on the coverage. And that will give them a turnover on downs, and the Warriors will have it in their own territory.
And let me tell you, the fans and the student body over at Kearney, a lot of boos over there. They thought there was some pass interference on that, but no call from the officials, and that brings up first and 10 for the Warriors, and they'll start this drive from their own 36-yard line. This is the first time the Warriors offense has been on the field tonight.
We're 6 minutes into the game. Duels out to either side for Warren. Jenkins at his side. And they're going to start the game off handing it to Tay Jenkins. Patient with the ball, cuts up, and gets about 3 yards. And the last couple of opponents Westside has played, they've really game planned around Tay Jenkins.
Yeah, Tay is kind of the workhorse of this Westside offense. He's got over 1,600 yards coming into this game, 27 touchdowns. And but sometimes he can be just as effective on a screen pass or something like that where he can really get in some open space. So look for that tonight.
2 to the near, 2 to the far. Warren fakes the handoff, will go with it himself. Immediately punched, gets back up on his feet, and chugs along for another gain of about 3.
That was great effort by Braylon Warren. Looked like he was stopped in the backfield, but he was able to get back to about where the chain started, and that'll bring up now 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 for the Warriors. This is about where you want to be. You can either pass it or throw or run it with Jenkins. Trips to the near. Designed rollout for Warren. Still looking, fires it. Open man on the sideline and up to the 45. Goes Eli Johnson, the Northwest Missouri State commit, for a gain of about 15 and a first down.
Great pass pattern by Eli. He just kind of did a little down and out and caught it right in front of the sidelines by the Warrior bench and got a first down. Nice play by the Warriors.
Now in Bearcat territory for the first time today. Up the middle, handoff for Jenkins. Got a little bit of a hole, but now is taken down at about the 40. Solid gain of 6.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Found a hole right there in the middle between the tackles, and Tay-Tay's longest run so far tonight.
2nd and 4 for the Warriors. Warren gonna take the handoff. RPO gets it out to Maurice Purify. Slammed up for a gain of 10 and a first down.
Nice pass. Maurice Purify just ran a route of probably about 10 yards and turned around, and Warren hit him right in the chest for a first down, and they keep moving the chains. That's what's important.
Warren still in shotgun, take it. Jenkins has his back now, and they're immediately going to push it up the middle. Jenkins with the hole! Oh, and he nearly broke it
Oh,
loose.
man,
Ended at about the 16, and another Warrior first down, and they are chugging along.
Yeah, that was a great run right there. Let's take a look at it one more time. Watch Warren hand off to him. Jenkins goes right through the middle and kind of slips through the defenders and gets down to about the 15.
Warren hands it off again. Jenkins breaks through a gap, has a hole, and a walk-in. Warrior touchdown as he'll give the middle school students section some love. And Warriors up by 6.
Oh, you gotta love it. Always going to the middle school kids. Let's take a look at it one more time. Jenkins takes the handoff, slips through the line of scrimmage, and wide open, untouched into the end zone. Great touchdown by Jenkins, his 28th of the season, folks. He's had quite a year.
Shirley's been on for the point after. He's only missed one so far this season, and that came on a botched snap, as that one is good. And the Warriors lead 7-0, and we will take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. 7-0 Warriors. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valopek, alongside me, Ross Sternstrom. Kickoff after the Warriors touchdown, and Ross, we have another volleyball update.
Yeah, that match in the third set down at Pinnacle Bank Arena, the Warriors have now taken the lead 13-12 in the third set over Lincoln North Star. Westside won the first two sets, 25-21 and 25-20.
Sherlizan kicks it away. Bounces at about the 1 yard line, will take a trickle into the end zone and a touchback. And once again, Atchison leading out the Bearcat offense, who had a really productive first drive up until they got into Warrior territory where the defense stood their ground, forcing a turnover on downs.
Well, that was a nice drive. Their first time out went down to about the 33-yard line until the Warriors finally stopped them. They got a loss down there where the running back slipped. So it was really impressive the way Kearney came out and kind of drove downfield, got 4 first downs.
Atchison at his own 15, Pofel switches sides. They're going to hand it off to him immediately, cutting it to the outside and trampled at about half a yard gain. Maybe not even that.
Westside's defense needs to really kind of stuff it up the middle there for this Kearney team. They've been able to kind of maybe slip outside and get a few more yards, especially at quarterback down the sidelines. But in the middle, they've really done a pretty good job.
Yeah, those Westside defense has been really solid, especially with that front seven. And I want to take it back to last week. Hudson Meade with a pick six.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably one of the best plays I've seen all year.
Yeah, that was exciting for Hudson. Never scored a touchdown in high school and just picked the ball off in the backfield.
A little trickeration. Pofel on the reverse play has some room to move. Pofel out to the 35, to the 40, and that's where Hilby stops. So going into the bag of tricks are the Bearcats, and they get about 15 and a first down.
Yeah, that run started at the 21, 19-yard run out to the 40-yard line, and good run by Kearney to kind of keep this momentum going on these drives. They've had some big running plays.
So a new set of downs for the Bearcats. They're, I believe, 4th or 5th of the day. Atchison still in shotgun. Motion man is Knoll. They're going to hand it off to Pofel up the middle and immediately swarmed by about 6 or 7 Warriors.
That was a great play by the Warrior defense. Get in there, and they pulled the running back, and now that brings up a second down and 11, so a loss of a couple yards there.
Second and 11 at the 39.
So about a loss of 1 for Pofel, actually. Clock ticking under, near 2:30 left to play. And we've only seen the 2 drives combined. This is the 3rd one, the 2nd by the Bearcats.
Well, they're doing it right to try to beat Westside, control that clock and run the ball and burn as much of that clock off as they can.
2 out to the far, 1 to the near. They're going to run a speed option again. This time the quarterback will take it. Atchison chugging his legs and getting about a couple extra yards to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Atchison has been probably their biggest weapon so far in this matchup. He has really run some strong plays up the middle, but you don't want your quarterback to be all the offense on the ground or he's going to get pretty beat up.
He is 6'2", 190 in weight. He is a big man, and when I was talking with a few football players today, they said he was a hard man to take down, and I see why. He runs with force.
No doubt about it. He's a great athlete, controls the ball and the tempo of this game, and they run that clock down all the way.
And a designed quarterback keeper, flag on the play. I think the back man jumped early, and it's going to be a false start.
Yeah, couldn't have come at a better time for the Warriors right now. That'll put it up to be about 3rd and 9 to go for a first down. And just an update from Lincoln in the 3rd set. It's Westside trailing now, Lincoln Star 18-17. Here in the 3rd set again, the Warriors won the first 2 sets.
Penalty sets him back 5 yards, 3rd down, almost a certain passing situation. Trips to the near, 1 out wide to the far. Knoll in motion, back to pass Atchison, clean pocket, fires it over the middle and has a man, Jaden Norman, with a big gain up into Warrior territory up to the 35. And a Norman brother strikes, first down Bearcats.
Let's take a look at the play one more time and watch the receiver just kind of get open over the middle, and they find him, and then all the way down to about the 35-yard line. So a nice play by Kearney there to get the first down, and a big one it was.
Kind of just trickled the pass over Reed McIntyre, who has to come down from his usual safety spot to play linebacker with the absence of Quentin Warren. Warriors show blitz, and they will. Speed option, bounces it out, immediately met, and Bryson Williams, hello, how do you do? And they get a loss of about 5 with the Iowa State commit.
Bryson, who has had a lot of interceptions this season and batted away some passes, broken up some passes, but there you saw how all around of a player he is when he runs up and stuffs the ball there for a big loss. And now it's 2nd down and 13, and that is the end of the first quarter.
And yeah, you said it right, Ross. End of the first quarter, low scoring quarter. Westside up 7-0 at the end of one. Quarter 2 action coming up next here on the WTV Live Bet Network. We'll be back in about a minute. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valopek, alongside me, Ross Jernstrom. Before we get our first play, score update really quickly here, Ross.
Yeah, it's Westside 20 and Lincoln North Star 18 in the third set. Warriors have won the first 2.
Atchison rolls out to his right, now steps back. Owen James with the pressure, floats it away, and incomplete. Clutch pass deflection. Tay Jenkins in the area, I believe, looking for Knoll. And I'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, Kearney's got to get it down to about the 26-yard line. So Westside here probably going to play it a little defensively and maybe rush just a few players and cover all the receivers. But I'll tell you what, watch out for that quarterback run. That has been one of their biggest plays. And if he gets a big one, they could, run it again.
Atchison. Back to pass. Warriors send the blitz. Under pressure, now has to roll out. Looking, and now swarmed, and down goes Atchison. A big loss for the Bearcats. All the way now down to their own 40, to the Warrior 45. And now we'll bring up 4th and a county mile all the way back to Kearney.
Yeah, let's take a look at that right here. An instant replay and just a big loss. That whole defensive line was in on the tackle. And an update from Lincoln. Westside now 3 points away from the championship match. They lead Lincoln North Star 22-21.
Symington on to kick it away. He gets it off. Returnable, however, for Bryson Williams, I believe, as he will take it up to about the 25, and that's where he'll be stopped. And back on the field will be the Warrior offense, led by quarterback Braylon Warren.
You know, Hunter, the wind here has been a factor at times in the game because you get kind of a gust up here where we're standing about every couple minutes, and that could be a factor because it's when Westside goes from left to right on your screen, and they are heading into just a kind of a once in a while gust up here.
3 receivers out to the near side, and they are going to hand it off to Jenkins. He has a gap, and he barrels over a defender. Oh yeah, baby. Up to about the 46-yard line, and that's a first down.
What a run by Tay Jenkins. Watch this on the replay. Warren's going to hand the ball off to him right there at about the 20, and he breaks free up the middle, and then he breaks another tackle and is finally pulled down at the 47.
Warren at his own 40 looks to pass, looking deep to the far side, and a long pass completed to Mo Purify up to the 36, and another first down for the Warriors, and only about a gain of 15, but that one looked like a long pass of about 30 yards as he threw it over to the far side.
Yeah, just a great pass by Warren, finding the receiver, Mo Purify Jr., right there at about the 38-yard line, so another first down for the Warriors.
Warriors in some motion now. Warren gonna hand it off, new running back into the game. It's Quentin Malone, and he'll bring it up to about the 35, a gain of a couple.
Yeah, mixing it up, pass, run. Good combination here for this Westside offense to try to keep Kearney guessing, but they like the way that this tempo on this drive is doing very well with run and pass.
3 in the backfield, 1 in the three-point stance. Jenkins at Warren's side. Play action, looking deep, goes to Maurice Purify, drops it into the basket. How do you do? Touchdown, Warriors. And who else but Maurice Purify the second, doing it just like his dad, and he gets 6 for the Warriors.
Let's take a look at it one more time. The snap, and then he kind of fakes back and throws the ball. That's a perfect pass right over the shoulder to Mo Purify in the corner of the end zone. Just a great pass. What a combination there for the Warriors, and they'll try to go up by 14 here.
Get it over the head of Cervantes as the extra point is good, and that will take us into a break here on the WTV Live Network with the Warriors up 14-0 here in quarter number 2. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. Ross, another volleyball score update before kickoff.
The Warriors are just 1 point away from going to the Class A state champion finals. The score now in the match is Westside 24 and Lincoln North Star 23. Westside won the first 2 sets 25-21 and 25-20.
Sherlison kicks it away, returnable though for the Bearcats. Breaking a tackle, still on his feet, and now taken down. Cervantes, the returner, and a good gain and a pretty all right starting spot, better than a touchback for the Bearcats to start.
And now that match down in Lincoln is tied at 24 all. 24 all between Lincoln North Star and Westside. The Warriors need 2 more points to go to the finals tomorrow night.
We'll get a score update after that set ends. And right now the Warriors here at the football stadium up 14-0 and have made 2 key stops within their own territory against the Bearcats. Atchison is gonna fake the handoff, gonna take it himself, bounces it to the outside, breaks a tackle, has some room on the outside up to the 40, to the 45. And that's where he will be pushed out of bounds near the 43.
Another score update from Lincoln at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Westside is now just 1 point away from the state finals. They lead North Star 25-24 in the 3rd set. They've won the first 2.
Atchison hands it off to Proful. Proful breaks it to the outside and gets about not even a yard. He doesn't get anything on that one. No gain on the play, brings up second down.
Still 25-24 down in Lincoln. Warriors up by 1 point. it's match point for the Warriors if they win this point.
So a really interesting game down here. It was actually a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11. Atchison, 2 receivers out. And they're going to hand it off to Profel. Profel gets to about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 5 will bring up 3rd and medium.
Boy, this Warrior defense has really, changed from that first drive. They're playing much better, containing them, and they're getting a lot of losses against this Kearney team. Good job by the Warrior defense to kind of stuff it up the middle. And just another update from Lincoln. The Warriors now 1 point away, 26-25 in the 3rd set.
Atchison looking over the middle, and it is nearly intercepted. Incomplete at about the 40-yard line. Near interception for Micah Benning, but it falls incomplete in a punt.
Good stop by the Warriors. They're doing a good job up there. Secondary breaking up that pass. And now we'll see if the special teams for Westside can do something special here.
Looks like Williams back on to return it. Little rush from the Warriors. Punt is away, and it's a good one. Williams letting it trickle, and a really good punt at that. Out to the 10-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will start, having to trek a long way to find the end zone.
Update from Lincoln. Now, Lincoln North Star, they just won the 3rd set. Lincoln North Star comes back to win it 28-26. So we're going to a 4th set, but the Warriors now lead 2-1 over Lincoln North Star. Just starting the 4th set, Lincoln North Star was down 26-25 and scored the last 3 points to win that set. So it's still 2-1 Westside down in Lincoln at the semifinals.
Warren back at his own 5 is going to hand it off to the outside. Flag flies in. No gain on the play. Looked like Quentin Malone was the ball carrier. But flag flies in, and we'll check it. Looked like some holding.
Yes, it did. That wind is picking up here. I'm telling you, Hunter, what was just kind of a quiet night is now getting a little colder out here. And that temperature has really fallen down into the 40s after being in the 60s this afternoon.
So holding call, bringing it back. They're going to decline the penalty at 2nd down. Warren hands it off to Tay Jenkins. Finds a gap, breaks through, has a 1st down and more. It ended from behind and gets about 20 yards on the gain, and a new set of downs.
Nice run by Tay, just kind of going up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. It's still got a run of probably about 15 yards right there.
Warren hands it off again to Jenkins, patiently cutting through the gap, but not a lot there. So brings up about 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8.
Yep.
But Warriors have been running it very effectively so far.
Tay came into this game with over 1,600 yards rushing, and he's done a good job tonight, breaking a lot of tackles, and he's moving that ball downfield for the Warriors, up 14-0.
Warren this time going to pass it, looks to the far side and overthrows an intended target, Eli Johnson, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Pass for Eli Johnson, ball's incomplete. 3rd and 9. Let's get to the 26.
Key third down for the Warriors and for the Bearcats. Going to try to get a stop and force the Warriors to punt out their own territory. 3rd and 9. 3 receivers out, and they're going to go deep. Back to pass. Warren steps up in the pocket. Pressure gets there, tosses it, looking for Johnson, and in the middle of 3 Bearcat defenders, it falls incomplete. and that will bring up 4th down.
And that'll bring up a punt right here. We'll see how the special teams is done. They've kind of changed punters here in the middle of the season, and now we'll see what's going to happen here. They're kind of going into a kind of a brisk wind here at Phelps Field, so we'll see how much yardage they can get on this punt, but they'll snap it from about the 27.
Looks like Sherlison back there to kick it away, and he gets it off cleanly. High spiraling kick. Takes a Westside bounce, still rolling, in a great punt out to the 40-yard line for Everett Sherlison. Kicker and now taking up punting duties. So the Bearcats will start it in their own territory at their own 39.
You know, Atchison has really done a great job so far in this game. In just 4 attempts, he has rushed for 47 yards, averaging over 11 yards a carry. So he's been the focus of this Kearney offense so far in this game, averaging almost 12 yards a carry. So his scrambling ability and speed to the get outside has really helped the Bearcats in this quarterfinal tonight.
Still a 2-touchdown favorite are the Warriors. RPO gets it to the outside to Norman, and he'll get up to near the 1st down marker, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
Just a score update down in Lincoln. They've started the 4th set, and Lincoln North Star's out to a good start. They lead the Warriors by the score of 3-1 in the 4th set. It is 2-1 Westside in the match.
So still very much interesting down there at Pinnacle Bank Arena, with the Warriors winning the first 2 sets. Had a couple of match points in the third set, let that one slip away, and now the Navigators are at 4-1. Atchison going to take it himself, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and brings it into Warrior territory. More than 1 yard enough for a 1st down, as he gets another big scramble out for about a gain of 10, maybe 15 in the Warrior territory.
Yeah, he's over 60 yards rushing in this game so far. Atkinson has really played very, very well, the way he has just kept his composure and found those golden opportunities to run out the ball up the middle to the sidelines. He's done an excellent job.
4 receivers out to the near side. Nobody in the backfield. Ball's loose. Atchison dropped the snap. The Warriors immediately scrambled to it, but he managed to fall on the rock. So a near disastrous play by the Bearcats, with clock ticking under 5:50 left to go.
I just can't believe how much time Kearney is using on the clock, running about every play in this game. I mean, we are moving fast. There's only 5 minutes left here in the 1st half, and this has been their game plan all night.
Pater in motion. Another look for a speed option. Taking it up the middle. Clothesline and taken down. Right back at the original line of scrimmage is Atchison, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, it almost looked like they might get penalized with that clothesline right there around the helmet, but good defense by the Warriors when they stopped the ball there at about the 38-yard line, and that brings up 3rd and long at 3rd and 10.
It seems like we haven't seen the Westside offense all that much, and it's been all Bearcats out on the offensive side.
Well, this is a big play right here for both teams. Try to stop this drive for the
down,
Warriors.
design rollout. Looks like a screen pass, incomplete. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, and a great play by the pass rusher, Reed McIntyre, with the tipped ball, and that will bring up 4th down. And that will stop the clock at 4:37. Symington will punt it for Kearney. Snap is good, and the punt is away clean. Williams calling for the fair catch, and he makes it with Kellen Denny near him. And we'll take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. with the Warriors up 14-0. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. Immediately, the Warriors getting ready to work as the first play is a handoff to Jenkins, shifting through, finding a gap, but immediately filled for a gain of about 5.
AJ Jenkins with the carry.
You know, this could be the final drive of the half, the way this clock has really ticked down for the Warriors. I think, what is this, maybe their fourth possession of the game. They scored on their first 2 drives, and they had to punt on the third one. So this is only the 4th possession for Westside in this game.
Play action, looking deep, everybody on a go route, wide open down the field. Bryson Williams hauls it in at the 30, still on his feet, and now getting dragged down by Trey Norman at the Bearcat 30-yard line. And boy, did he air that one out about 50 or 60 yards.
Let's take a look at it one more time. Braylon Warren waits, throws a high one upfield, and he catches the ball. Williams down about the 30-yard line, and he had his man beat. He almost had to slow down to catch it.
Big gain for the Warriors. Play action, rolling out, caught, breaking a tackle, still on his feet, down the sideline, and taken down, looking like Andrew Taggy there on the sideline. And gain of about 15 and another first down. Warriors moving the ball with efficiency. Warren handing it off, up the middle, going Jenkins, and up to past the 10 to the 9.
Jenkins on the carry. Second and 5 at the 9.
So 2nd and 5 now at the 9-yard line. Still can get a first down without a touchdown at the 4. And flags immediately come in at the snap, and they're going to get Westside for a false start. So scratch that gain of 5 off the board.
Let's get a score update from Pinnacle Bank Arena in the state volleyball tournament. 4th set now. Lincoln North Star leads Westside 9-6. The Warriors were behind 7-1 in that 4th set, but they've closed the gap now to just 3.
They're going to fake the handoff, wide open over the middle, and caught by Bryson Williams. Touchdown Warriors, and they are up by 3 possessions.
Just a great job by Braylon Warren, waiting and looking for his man across the middle, and he finds him. Let's take a look at it one more time. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, then throw right up the middle. Perfect strike for another touchdown. Braylon Warren, he's hot tonight, folks.
Sherlazin will put it through for another point for the Warriors, and that will bring us to a break here on the WTV Live Network. 21-0, Warriors up. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valapek, alongside me, Ross Sternstrom. 2:49 left to go here in quarter number 2. And a beautifully executed drive. 2 big passing plays to Bryson Williams from Braylon Warren. One of them a 60-yard completion, and another one a short little slant route for a touchdown. As Sherlazin will boot it away with 2:49 left to play. And Kearney will return it out from about their own 15-yard line. hesitation move, brought out to about the 25-yard line, and Cervantes will be slammed out of bounds. And 2:43 left to go, and let's see if Kearney can get a little drive executed here.
Well, let's see if the Warriors can stop him here because they got all of their timeouts remaining. Maybe they can get one more score up on the board before halftime, but they'll try to go 3 and out right here, the Warriors, and try to, get the ball back one more time before they have to go to the locker room.
Atchison at quarterback. 2 out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Option play, run up the middle, putting his head down and gaining 2 more yards after the contact, getting it up to about 2nd and 1.
A nice run up the middle. I'm telling you, he has really played well tonight. He's got about 70 yards rushing on the night, Atchison, and he's done a really, really good job on this offense for Kearney.
Clock still ticking, and the play clock under 18 seconds, so they're going to take their time running this clock down. Lamonji, no sense of urgency at all, up by 3 scores. Warriors showing a bit of pressure, and they're going to bring it, but Atchison going to run it out, breaks a tackle, 1 man to beat, and taken down at the 49, and the Bearcats starting to move themselves.
Yeah, the Bearcats, they're going to keep this ball the rest of the half, it looks like, and they're doing a good job just kind of rolling it downfield, but the clock is a factor now, under 2 minutes and running, so they need to maybe put the ball up in the air here in this final 2 minutes.
Play action rolling out, caught by Norman, slipping a tackle, breaking another one, and gets about a gain of 10. Burke Brown there for the immediate stop, but slipping on a great juke move by Jaden Norman. 1:30 left to play. Clock still running, and Kearney looking like they're gonna get it to try get into field goal range without letting the Warriors get any time.
Yeah, I'm kind of fascinated by the slowness of this. They're not looking to get in the end zone. They just don't want Westside to get the ball back.
Atchison looking far side, now steps up in the pocket, looking to run it, speared and taken down. Big stop, Adrian Gonzalez right there with the spearhead, Burke Brown at his side.
And now Kearney has called timeout. Both teams will go down to their sidelines and confer here.
And we'll take a quick timeout with Kearney here on the WTV Live Network. 21-0, just a tad under a minute left to play. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valapek, alongside me, Ross Stjernstrom. 1 minute left to play here in quarter number 2 as Atchison, pressure gang coming on, and caught by Knoll, taken down to about the 40-yard line. Clock ticking under, 53 seconds, and another timeout will be taken. This one, I believe, by Coach. I believe this one taken by, yes, it will be taken by Brandon Kuhl in the offense, and we'll stick it with you here on the WTV Live Network. Ross, it has been a pretty rough game today. It's a bit cold, it's a bit windy. Westside has done a really good job moving the ball, but they haven't had a lot of time of possession. That has been dominated by the Bearcats, but still with no points to show for it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've gained a lot of yardage in this game, surprisingly, and done a really good job, Kearney, but no points on the board. And, maybe just to get a field goal right here would be something they'd like to do, but it's one of those things where they haven't had a lot of success once they've crossed midfield. but I'm looking at the stats right now, and let's go to a score update now from Lincoln at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Westside has closed the gap. It is now just a 3-point match. Lincoln North Star leads, and now it's Lincoln North Star 18 and Westside 14 in the fourth set. Again, it's 2-1 Westside.
Pressure coming from the Warriors off the blind side. Meade, the first one to get back there. Atchison still looking, fires, and complete on the sideline. A first down for the Bearcats, and a gain of about 10 yards. Huge play by the Bearcats on the design rollout. And a 1st and 10 for Kearney. I believe he went out of bounds, so the clock will stop at 46 seconds. Saving Kearney with their one timeout remaining. They have the ball at the 30-yard line, well within the field goal range of Carter Symington.
And they do have a little bit of a wind behind them, so they can kick that field goal.
Larson in motion, goes out on a 3-point stance, looking, firing deep, going after Micah Benning, and it's incomplete. It was overthrown and an incomplete pass. Clock stops at 41 seconds though.
Yeah, okay, it's second down here. Still second down and 10. Maybe trying to get one more, maybe two more plays here before they've got that one final timeout.
They're attacking Eli Johnson on that far side, looking to go for a do-it-all pass. And 3 receivers will come out to the right on second down and 10. Knoll in motion, steps up. Atchison looking, hit as he throws, still throws it on the money and dropped by Jaden Norman. And a key drop for the Warriors, and that will bring up third down and 10 with 37 seconds on the clock.
Score update from Lincoln at the state volleyball tournament. It's now Lincoln North Star 20 and Westside 15. So Lincoln North Star only 5 points away from putting this match into a 5th set.
Atchison, high snap, gonna take it himself and immediately crunch. No gain, and actually it's gonna be a loss. Lamanji not taking his timeouts, and Kearney could be more than content with taking this one into halftime. Honestly, I try to go for it here, get it down to about 2 seconds left on the play clock. They're in the field goal range of Symington. We'll see if they elect to kick it or elect to go to the half. And they are going to take a timeout with about 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds left, 4th and 12, and we'll take a timeout quickly here on the WTV Live Network. 21-0 Warriors, Kearney with 1 play left to go. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. 3 seconds on the play clock, and they are going to attempt a field goal. This one from 49 yards out. Snap, pull, kick is on the way. It is short. Looked like it had the accuracy, but it's no good. Symington's long is 54, but that one is short, and that will send us into the break.
Okay, Warriors 21-0. We're halfway to the semifinals here at Phelps Field. The Warriors looking good, 21-0. Stick around, folks, for our halftime festivities. We'll keep it here for halftime.
Warriors with 248 yards, Bearcats with 171, and we'll take a break. Halftime break here on the WTV Live Network. Warriors up 21-0. Welcome back, everybody, to the WTV Live Network. We're about a minute 30 out from second half action between the Westside Warriors and the Kearney Bearcats. And during the halftime break, we've had some very interesting score updates from Westside Volleyball down at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Ross, you want to give us the rundown? We're in the fifth set.
That's right. We're in the fifth set down at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And this is a lot of drama going on down there. Lincoln North Star 11 and Westside 11 in the fifth set is tied 2-2. Westside won the first two sets, 25-21 and 25-20, and was match point twice in the third set, but Lincoln North Star won 28-26. So they went to the fourth set, and North Star won 25-15, and now Lincoln North Star has just taken the lead 12-11 in the fifth set. Let's take a look at some quick scores before the kickoff. Millard South leads Elkhorn South 24-23. Creighton Prep 7, Lincoln East nothing in the third quarter. Papillion La Vista leads Millard North by 1, 15-14, and that is the score right now.
Kearney getting geared to kick off as North Star is now 2 points away from a reverse sweep. And that one is getting really interesting. But for the first time today, the Bearcats will kick it away, and it's a high spiraling kick, fair catch, called for. Westside wants a flag. It could be called as kick catch interference. Lamanji is
he's out on the field.
is out on the numbers. It's a fair catch caught for at about the 42-yard line, and that's where it'll be spotted. Flag did fly in, so they might get in for kick catch interference.
Boy, there is a huge argument down there on the sidelines between Lamanji and the sideline official, and they are irate about it. Boy, they called a fair catch, and he got clobbered, and they're still going back and forth down there along the sidelines.
So no flag gets picked up. First down and 10 for the Warriors. A little miscommunication, but a pitch out towards Jenkins, breaking a tackle and taken down as another score update from volleyball from Ross, and it's getting interesting again.
Yeah, it's match point down in Lincoln right now. North Star 14, Westside 13. So it's match point for the Navigators. North Star leading by 1 over the Warriors.
They're going to hand it off again to Jenkins. Punches it to the outside, breaks a tackle, barrels a man, and he got sent back. That was Cody Cervantes. And final from PBA.
It was Lincoln North Star down by 2 sets. They come back to win it 3-2, and in that final set, it came down to the very end. North Star won 15-13.
Caught over the middle by Andrew Taggy. His brother Grant played at Nebraska as a linebacker, former graduate from Westside. He was a linebacker. Andrew Taggy, the receiver, gets it to a 30-yard line. A good gain of about 20 yards. Another pitch out to Jenkins. Stopped immediately at the line and slammed down by Zach Wolf.
So just to recap for the the Westside volleyball team, they end their season in the semifinals, but what a run they had tonight. They lost in that match. They won the first 2 sets 25-21, 25-20, then lost 28-26, 25-15, and 15-13.
Play action. Warren fires it. Open man. Mo Purify up to the 10. Taken down from behind.
Good pass right there and reception by Moore Purify. That's really been successful for the Warriors all season, and Mo's gotten in the end zone quite a bit this end of the season here, and that's been a hot combination.
Warren hands it off up the middle. Jenkins plowing his way through. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Warriors. And Tay Jenkins caps off a beautiful second half opening drive by the Warriors. 27-0.
And that is 28th touchdown. And there you see Tay getting congratulated by the middle school students. Let's take a look at it one more time. You'll get the snap to Warren. He hands it off to Jenkins. He just kind of bulls his way over the goal line just barely for his second touchdown of this game.
Sherlizan on to puts it through. And after 2 minutes here in the third, Warriors lead at 28-0. We'll be back in a minute here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valepek, alongside me, Ross Jernstrom. And Ross, it has been all Westside Warriors today. And they are 22 minutes away from punching their ticket to the state semifinals, where more than likely they'll play Millard South, who's up 24-3. Sherlizan on to kick it away. And they get it off. Returnable for Cervantes. Gets it out to the 20 to the 25, finds the crease up to the 30. And I want to give a funny story before we start this next drive about Elkhorn South. Their Barstool account on Twitter did a cameo, and I watched a video of John Gruden talking about Elkhorn South hyping them up against Millard South, calling them Millard South, not Millard South. So I feel like that was a great moment for Elkhorn South in their Barstool account, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Okay, well, I'm glad you got that out.
I really wanted to say that story. So shout out to Elkhorn and their Elkhorn South and their Barstool, as Atchison will take it on the design quarterback keeper back up to the line of scrimmage. Scrum ensues. Flags fly in at the end of the play, and they'll bring up second and about 9, pending the penalty. Looked like it came in towards the upper.
Let's take a look at some of the quarterfinal scores right now in the other 3 quarterfinal games. Millard South 24, Elkhorn South 3, Creighton Prep leads Lincoln East 7-0, and Papillion La Vista South is leading Millard North by just 1 point, 15-14.
So the flag after the fact was called against Burke Brown for an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. So an extra 15 yards and an automatic first down for the Bearcats as they look to try to crack the scoreboard. They've been shut out only once this season, and that was at the hands of Millard South, where they lost 72-0. Atchison hands it up, scratch that, fakes it, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and incomplete. Who else but Hudson Meade there to knock it down at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up second down.
Deflected by Hudson Meade.
Had a pick 6 in last game against
26.
Bellevue West. His first ever career touchdown. Interviewed him about that after the game. We interviewed a lead blocker in Burke actually about that during Tackle Talk this week. But it was a big moment for Hudson Meade and getting his first touchdown.
Oh, he was so thrilled I mean, he'll never forget that, and the highlight of his high school career.
They're going to hand it off, and nowhere to go for the running back. Getting the carry is Adric Tekemer, and that'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Well, the Warriors are playing really well here on defense. Looking for another stop here to get the ball back for the second time in this half.
Atchison, 3rd down and 12. More or less a passing situation here. Pater in motion for the Bearcats. Back to pass. Trips to the far side. Looks over the middle and caught at the sticks. Gonna be a tad short. Caught by Leighton Pater, the man in motion. 4th down. And I would assume you'd go for it here if you're Kearney.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On pick of the lead. 4th down and 2.
Substitutions coming in for the Bearcats, as Atchison will come in with the play call. 4th down and 2. Going up to the line quickly. I formation. 11 personnel up front, and a timeout quickly will be called.
That was interesting. One of the linemen came over and he was in the backfield. Did you see that?
Yeah, they're going to try a little tush push with the offensive lineman.
But I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, you can actually. If they've done it in the NFL and college football a lot more recently, but a timeout here. Lamanji sniffing out that play call, calling the timeout, and we'll keep it with you here on the WTV Live Network. 28-0 Westside over Kearney right now, but it has been all Westside. Even though time of possession hasn't been really in their favor at all, actually, they've just been really well at driving the ball, getting their drive, and out of the 5 drives they've had, 4 of them have found the end zone. Let's see if I can pull up stats here. I believe the Warriors, nearly 300 yards of offense. The Bearcats have really driven the ball well. Atchison, 9 of 17 for 63 yards, has thrown it a bit more, but Braylon Warren has been spot on. 9 of 11 for 195 and 2 touchdowns. One of his best days of the year. I formation, Atchison under center. They might try to get the Warriors to jump. They are going to hand it off to the fullback. Let's see if they got it. Initial spot says they do, and yes, they will give it to them.
Yeah.
First down, Kearney, and a big handoff to the fullback. It looked like Cole Larson.
Not by much, though. That was a good stop by the Warriors. Just gave it up just a little too much, but Kearney didn't get that first down by maybe half a yard at the most.
It was Techmeyer, actually, who came in as the fullback to dive in, get the key first down. And a new set for the Bearcats. Tripped out to the far side, fakes the handoff. RPO to the far side. It's caught by Jaden Norman. He'll get about 3 and bring up second down. Clock ticking under, 8:13 left to play. Warriors with 306 total yards of offense. Kearney with 182. Warriors, 195 of them coming through the air. So a usual rushing team airing it out today. Braylon Warren has been the catalyst, and Bryson Williams has been the main recipient along with Mo Purify.
Yeah, Braylon's having quite a night, really. I mean, his passes are all perfect tonight.
Deep shot for the Bearcats, and incomplete. Flag flying
Oh,
in.
you got to be kidding. That was an uncatchable ball.
And let's see, they are going to give pass interference. Micah Benning in some confusion. He was the man covering the pass.
Looks like that one more time. Watch the ball go way over the receiver's head right there. I mean, that ball was thrown out of bounds. Out of bounds. There was no way for him to catch the ball, yet they call the pass interference.
So the PI call will stand. First down and 10 for the Bearcats. And we saw, especially last week, these pass interference penalties hurting the Warriors, and especially in that situation with second down. Handed off. Pofel tripped up immediately behind the line.
Good stop by the Warriors there over that right side. Owen James over there, Monte Costello did a nice job kind of stuffing that run.
So a loss of a few yards brings it back to 2nd and 13 at their own 20, at the Warriors 27, as they try to look to punch it in. Had an opportunity for points at the end of the first half, with a 49-yard field goal going short. Atchison, designed, gonna keep the speed option, now tucks it in, gonna run it, gets about to the original line of scrimmage, and will bring up about 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 will be the call. Clock under 6:40, and clock ticking down, and that, as every second passes, and another second closer to a state semifinal, where the unstoppable force and the immovable object will meet each other with Westside and Millard South here at Phelps Field next week, which will be honestly a great game in Nebraska high school sports history, maybe the greatest with both teams' caliber. Atchison under pressure, immediately hit, and off the blind side goes Hudson Mead with the stop.
Good pursuit right there. Let's take a look at it one more time. Kearney, man in motion, takes the snap, looks over to the left side, and there comes Westside. Just a great job with the pursuit of the quarterback, and a loss right there brings up 4th down and 12.
Meade with a huge stop. Once again, we've heard his name a lot over these past couple of games. 4th down and 12 at the Warrior 26, and why not? They're going to go for it. 2 receivers out to each side. Pofel at the side of Atchison. Pressured. Hit as he throws, and that one is incomplete.
Oh, he got nailed on that one. Boy, did he ever.
He got popped by Perk Brown, and that will bring up a turnover on downs, and the Warrior fans love it. One more touchdown, and we'll have running clock as we'll take a look at that one. One more time, you see him off the blind side.
Whoa, baby.
Hit hard and taken down.
Burke Brown is really playing well tonight. He's having a really good game, and Westside will take over with 5:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And if they do score a touchdown, folks, it will be a running clock after that. So this is an important drive for the Warriors just to maybe put this game away for good right here.
Jenkins with the ball carrier. He'll take it up and grab that for about gain of 5. Jenkins coming into the day, leading Class A in rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, and a plethora of other stats. The only one I would assume in the ballpark of those is Elkhorn South running back Jaden Sutko.
Yeah, I remember when we played them, but his high school career might be over after tonight. When they playing Millard South right now, it's 24-3.
Jenkins, the ball carrier, broke a few tackles. Flag coming in from the backside judge. We'll check the flag. Looks like that one might be coming back. Maybe holding against Westside.
Get an indication here from the official.
And they're gonna get an offensive penalty. Looking like holding, so bring him back about 10 yards. Now 2nd down and 16. Second and 11 for the Warriors. So maybe only a 5-yard penalty. Maybe an ineligible man downfield. Warren directing the line, giving the play call out to the Warriors. 4 seconds left on the play clock. They get the snap off. Warren looking, still looking, fires it over the middle, tipped and picked. Intercepted by Trey Norman, and his 7th interception of the season, adding to his leading total, and a big turnover for the Bearcats. Now we'll give them new life and a new drive.
Well, the Warriors, they'll take over here and see what happens. Kearney with the ball here at Westside's 48-yard line.
Atchison will screen pass. It's a tight end screen for Cole Larson. He breaks a few tackles, scrum it in the middle past the first down sticks, and it's a gain of about 12 and a new set of downs.
One of the bigger gains tonight for the Bearcats, moving the ball down to the 33-yard line, doing a good job. We got a score update in the Papillion La Vista South Millard North game. That was a 1-point game. Now South has come up and scored a touchdown. It's now 22-14.
Handoff will bring. Pofel will get it out for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Clock ticking away, and with Kearney's play style, it's kind of hurting them here in the end with the clock ticking down. But once again, another opportunity. They've made it to Westside territory plethora of times.
Oh.
I think on most to all of their drives they have, they've just stalled out at about the 30 to 20-yard line. It has just been that kind of day for the Bearcats. 2nd down and 6 yards to go to the 6. Quarterback run on the power. Breaking a tackle.
Whoa.
Atchison now getting dragged down by his feet into the Westside red zone. Adrian Gonzalez there for the stop on the shoestring tackle. And a Kearney first down. They are driving the ball with efficiency here with nearly 3 minutes left to play.
Yeah, they're not giving up. Down 28-0, but still got a lot of spirit left in this Kearney ball club. Came into this game with a 7-3 record and a 4-game win streak.
Atchison rolls out to his right, looking backside, and it is flag comes in. It was just about picked off.
That was a late flag, boy, I'm telling you.
Bryson Williams sniffed out the play, the late flag coming in. I think he would have housed that one too. And they're going to call a false start. So Bryson Williams nearly had the opportunity for his third pick six this season.
Yeah, it looked like he had daylight down the far sidelines to go to the end zone. It was really interesting to see what might have happened on that play.
Clock stops with 2:37. Now staying behind the sticks. First down and 15. Atchison with Pofel at his side. And another designed quarterback keeper breaks it to the outside. One tackle broken out, and getting slammed out of bounds is Atchison. Bryson Williams there escorting him out of bounds.
Escorting him, I like that. Hunter just kind of threw us down outside the boundary marker. A lot of people thought it might have been unsportsmanlike conduct or maybe a late hit out of bounds, but brings up now 3rd down and 10.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. 2:15 here in the third quarter. Another designed quarterback keeper. Atchison breaks through the line as a corner and is down in the 5. A big play by Zach Atchison.
18-yard run for Zach Atchison.
And now at the, looks like the 1 yard line is where the Bearcats will be. Westside sending 2 safeties out and bringing 2 linemen in.
Here we go. We'll see if they can get in the end zone.
Up at the line, fullback carrying it, and he barrels it in. Touchdown, Kearney. Adric Techmeyer pounds it in from a yard out, and the Bearcats will punch on the scoreboard here in the state quarterfinals as they get their first score of the game.
The big story of that drive was Atkinson. He really, made the big runs, especially that 18-yard run down to the 1 yard line, but he was a story of that drive.
Extra point is through, and Symington remains perfect from that range as we will take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. 28-7, the Warriors still leading in the third. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. Ross, you have some score updates for us?
Yes, I do. I'll tell you what, Westside leads here 28-7, but in the other games tonight, we've got, let's see, Creighton Prep leads by 7 in their game, and we've also got Millard South 24-3 in the third quarter. Prep again leads 7-0 over Lincoln East. That's in the fourth quarter now. And Papio South has pulled way ahead of Millard North 29-14, and that is with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Symington, a squib kick, and the Warriors managed to fall on top of it at about the 37-yard line, and that's where the Warriors will set up shop, looking for a bit of a dagger drive here, as I would say getting up 28 points by the fourth quarter is surely a big win.
Yeah.
Westside will begin at their own 37. Warren with Jenkins behind him. 2 out to the near. Going to hand it off immediately to Jenkins. Hasn't broke one off just yet. And there he goes. Take Jenkins down the sideline. Trey Norman trips him up within the Bearcat 40. And Tay Jenkins, just as I said, he hasn't broken anything off yet. Gets a gain of about 30.
Just a wonderful play by Tay Jenkins. And what a season he has had. He's got over 100 yards in this game right now. He's having a really good one tonight. Pulling ahead, and just a nice run by Tay.
Once again, Tay lined up in the back, and that one is crushed. Jenkins goes down, maybe a gain of 1.
I hope he's okay. He really got decked and came up very, very slow. It looks like look at him out on the field. He really got shaken up on that play.
Kind of grabbing his left quad, but only at 5'9", he's a trooper. He can take a punishment. As a play action pass, looking, rolling, firing, and out of the reach of looked like Andrew Taggy. He was looking for Milo Barber actually, and it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Tell you what, Kearney's not giving up in this game, even though we're in the third quarter and they're down by 21 points. They're still playing very hard here. Great pursuit on that one.
3rd down and 9. Key opportunity for the Warriors to get something into field goal range here. Fakes the handoff. Short pass over the head of Taggy and incomplete.
And almost picked off. Boy, I'll tell you what. The pass rush was very strong, and he barely got that ball away, but this Kearney defense has kind of picked it up here recently.
So that will bring up 4th down. Warren's still out there on the field. And why not? Up 21, go for it. 20 seconds left on the play clock with 1:19 on the game clock. Warren directing traffic at the line. Now steps back, and Jenkins will go in motion to the outside. Back to pass. Under pressure immediately, trying to escape, and there he goes. He is down in the backfield at about the 46-yard line. Adric Techmeyer, who scored the touchdown on the last drive for Kearney, gets a huge sack. And the Kearney Bearcats are not out of this game just yet, as you see him shifting, getting to the quarterback really fast as Warren was trying to roll out to his weak side. And that will bring up a new drive for Kearney. And if they score here quickly, it's within 2 possessions.
Absolutely. This game is not over the way Kearney is still playing hard.
Atchison rolling. He's going to pitch it. A weird little pitch, nearly forward it. Reed McIntyre there with the stop, and a loss of about 5 yards. So not a good move by Atchison to pitch it away. He does have 98 yards rushing, though, as the quarterback.
Wow, good job by him.
It's a loss of 5, actually. That'll bring down Pofel under 50 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down and 15. Should be able to run one more play here before time runs out here in the 3rd. They're going to run it up the middle. Pofel gets not back to the line of scrimmage. Will lose another yard. And the Bearcats can let this one run down to the end of the 3rd. So a great job by the Westside front 7 to get up there and get Pofel down quickly. And Kearney's going to let this one trickle down to the end of the quarter. And after 3, Warriors up 28-7 here at Felt Field, and they are 12 minutes away from a state semifinal appearance and we'll give you fourth quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. Hunter Valapek alongside me. Ross Stjernstrom. Third down and a mile, 16 yards to go for the Bearcats. That's Atchison, pressured immediately and taken down. And who else? I believe it was Hudson Mead right there with the stop. And yes, it was his second sack in consecutive drives. And fourth down will force a punt for the Bearcats, as that one now with a fourth and a very, very long.
And that was what this Warrior defense has looked like the majority of the season with plays like that. But good job by the Warriors to kind of stop this momentum of Kearney.
Good punt by Symington, high angling punt and returnable for Andrew. It looks like Eli Johnson actually, and tripped up. Only a gain of about 5 on the return. Great job by Levi Pofel to get back there. The usual running back going on the return team as a gunner.
Okay, the Warriors will take the ball over at about the 30. Well, now they're going to mark at about the 24-yard line. So we'll see what the Warriors can do here. The one thing that you don't want to happen is a turnover deep in your own territory and give some life back to Kearney. So secure the ball and just try to run more clock down here with 11 minutes left.
Jenkins, the ball carrier, he'll take it and get maybe 3 yards. Scratch that, maybe about 1 yard. So now with you're the Warriors, you just want to burn clock at this point. Jenkins, over 100 yards today. Been a key X factor. Has broke off a couple of long runs, but has been pretty stifled by this Kearney defense. This one, Warren's going to keep it and drag it down, lunging his way for about a gain of 3 and third down. Warren that time, a little option carry, but that one sniffed out well by the Bearcats. 3rd and 5 for the Warriors.
Now it's the Warriors who are being very deliberate with the play clock and letting it run down as far as they can. And I mean, we're down to about the last 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Warren to pass it, looking far side, goes that way and incomplete. Overthrew his target of Mo Purify. And now we'll bring up 4th down and another punt by the Warriors.
I can't remember the last time the Warriors went 3 and out on a drive. I mean, this is unusual for them, but give Kearney credit. They're playing a good game and forced the Warriors to punt the ball.
Kearney looking like they're gonna bring some pressure on the punt. How key would this be if they can get a block here? Sherrill isn't on. He will get it away cleanly. Great job by him to get it out quick. Fair catch called for at the 45 of Kearney, and that's where it will be caught. And we will take a break here on the WTV Live Network with the Warriors up 28-7, Kearney on offense. 28-7. Warriors lead it over the Bearcats as Atchison will run it on the first play, and he gets spun out at the 50-yard line at midfield. Now put him over 100 yards on the day.
Let's take a look at some scores from the state playoffs around Class A. Right now, Millard South is way ahead of Elkhorn South, 38-3 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Creighton Prep has scored again. It's now Creighton Prep 14 and Lincoln East nothing with 8 minutes left in that ball game. And Papillion La Vista South leads Millard North 29-14.
Atchison, speed option, going to pitch it out. Past midfield goes Pofel, and he'll sneak it into Warrior territory. So 3rd down and 3 yards, and 4th down territory for the Bearcats. Clock under 9 minutes, and they have to score 3 times in order to tie this one up.
And you know what? I would be a little more urgent if I was Kearney right now. You don't want to burn any more clock that they're doing right now. Maybe even a fast huddle, snap.
Atchison to throw it. Open man and incomplete. Overthrew his intended target, Techmeyer. He has been all over the place today, making a key sack on Westside's 2 drives ago, scoring the one and only touchdown for the Bearcats, but couldn't haul in the high pass from Zach Atchison. And 4th and 3, and honestly, this is the ball game right here, I would say. If you don't get a stop here, Westside can burn about another minute or 2 off the clock at the minimum. So 4th down and 3. 2 in the backfield alongside Atchison. He'll pass it. Blitz coming. Fires it incomplete. Looking for Trey Norman. And that will bring a turnover on downs and a drive killer, and could be a season killer for the Bearcats. So they turn it over on downs, and the Warriors will begin their next possession at their own 47-yard line. So a big stop there for the Warrior defense, who has been really good all day, forcing turnover on downs. Warren will be the man in the shotgun alongside Jenkins. He has 186 passing yards on the day. Blitz coming, rolling out, and taken down. Still on his feet, but now is dragged down. And a large loss on the play from Braylon Warren. Cole Larson there with the sack. And that one is coming back to the 35, a loss of 13, and 2nd down.
This Kearney team is not giving up, I'm telling you. If they can get one turnover and score, even with 8 minutes to go in this game, they're not giving up. I'm very impressed with their spirit there, but they're fighting for survival right now. Could be the end of their season tonight, and in all justification, it looks like that right now.
Jenkins, the ball carrier. He'll speed at pass. 1st down and more. Jenkins versus speed. And he is gone down the sideline. Touchdown Warriors, and that's the dagger. Tay Jenkins to the house call.
Tay Jenkins' 3rd touchdown of the game, and boy, was it a dandy. He just broke free down the sidelines into open space and went all the way for the touchdown. Tay Jenkins, what a year he has had. Class A's leading rusher coming into this game, over 1,600 yards, and now he's got probably about 150 tonight if I'm right on the stats.
65-yard scamper from Tay Jenkins, and an extra point is tacked on. 35-7 here on the WTV Live Network. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more 4th quarter action. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. Hunter Valapek along with Ross Jernstrom here in the booth. 35-7, the Warriors leading it over the Bearcats as Sherlizin will kick it away. Returnable, but immediately swarmed and taken down at the 20-yard line, and that's where the drive will begin for Kearney. Now just playing for pride at this point with their season 7 minutes from being over.
Yeah, that was a huge play for Tay to give it a 35-7 lead right here. And Kearney, you know, they've had a great effort tonight. They just haven't gotten into the end zone. They've put up a lot of yardage in this game. They just haven't got into the end zone. Made it most of the time to about midfield, but it would usually get stopped on downs, but they did have the one touchdown drive.
Kearney beginning at their own 20-yard line. Atchison will get the quarterback keeper. He'll call his number, and he gets it to about the 25-yard line.
Just a good run right there for the Warriors, for Kearney. Is there an injury over there with the quarterback?
Nah, I think he's good.
Okay.
He's chilling, and he's going to go back to the huddle, giving the play call. Clock ticking under 7 minutes. Warriors defense, though they've allowed a lot of yards, they've clutched up when it mattered, especially within their own territory. And a couple of big plays by the Warriors. More recently, the 65-yard scamper by Tay Jenkins really capped off a big scoring opportunity for the Warriors as Pofel will take it, and a great open field tackle made by Micah Benning. Bring up 3rd down and short.
If you're just joining us and you didn't hear about the Westside volleyball team earlier tonight, they won the first 2 sets against Lincoln North Star and had 2 match points in the 3rd set, but lost 28-26. And then it went to a 5th set, and they lost 15-13 in the 5th set. So it was the end of the season for the Westside volleyball team, but what a season they had.
Designed keeper, bouncing it to the outside in the Wildcat, I believe, was Florell, excuse me, and just enough for the first down. So it was Florell in the Wildcat formation, got his number called on the keeper, and Kearney will get a new first down as clock will tick under 5:40. And the Warriors looking like they will play next Friday, November 14th, against the Millard South Patriots, who have rocked Elkhorn South today.
Yeah, in that game, Millard South leads 41-3 with a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Again, Creighton Prep was holding on to that lead over Lincoln East 14-6 with 1 minute left in the 4th. And Papillion La Vista now extending their lead 36-20 with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Clock once again ticking under 5 minutes. Warriors leading by 28. Norman out to the near side. 2 in the backfield with Atchison. They're going to hand it off to Pofel. And getting pushed up. A good gain of about 8 will bring up 3rd and 3.
You know, Hunter, it's going to be an all-Metro Final Four. You've got
you
Westside, Millard South, right now Creighton Prep holding on, and Papio South. So all-Metro, that is where the football dominance in this state has stayed, in the Omaha metro area. And I got to tell you, one team that Westside had back in the 70s, they only had the Metro Championship. In that period, they didn't have the state playoffs till 1975. We'll let this play go.
Roll out. Florell launching it deep, incomplete, and flag will not fly. I believe it was Micah Benning there on the coverage. Strap down defense.
Let me continue my story. Back in 1973, it was an all-Metro championship between Westside and their longtime rival Creighton Prep. And Westside in that game scored 21 points to take the lead 21-0 over Prep. Prep rallied to come back and pull within 1 point in the final minute. Prep goes for 2-point conversion to try to win it, and Westside stopped him on the play to win the Metro Championship. There was no state playoff back at that time.
And an incomplete pass over the middle by Florell, as that will bring up a turnover on downs. Eli Johnson was in coverage on the third down play as Knoll was the intended target on fourth down. So with 3:56 left, the Warriors will take it in Bearcat territory and are 4 minutes away from a state semifinal appearance against Millard South.
And in that Metro Championship game, big shout out to Steve Davis, Lonnie Legano, Rob Mayberry, Greg Newton in that game, and just a strong history with this Westside football team. The Warriors have had tremendous success here in recent years.
Handed off to Quentin Malone. He gets a good carry of about 9 yards. Only his second of the game. We'll bring up second and short.
And Westside is looking for their 7th consecutive trip to the state championship game. Unprecedented of what they've done over the last 7 years. They've won 3 state titles. They've lost 3 state finals. But next week's probably going to determine all of that.
As Quentin Malone gets the carry. Not a lot, but enough.
Yeah, it's kind of time to talk about next week, Hunter. It's going to be one of the biggest games in the history of the state playoffs. Millard South, who has become one of the most dominant teams in the history of high school football, the way they have played this season.
They're going to fake the handoff. Warren, the ball carrier, doesn't get anything.
How do you see that matchup, Millard South and Westside?
Well, you told me today that the forecast is going to be beautiful. It's going to be about 60 degrees. It's going to be sunny, which is good. Which is going to be a good combination for Millard South's quarterback, Jet Tamala, the Alabama commit, and along with their other plethora of D1 recruits. But don't count out Westside, especially today in the cold air. They have thrown the ball really well, as Malone will get about a few yards, bring up third down in about 7. But, yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game. Personally, I have not seen a better game like this on the schedule. Maybe Westside Gretna 2022 state championship would match it, but depending on how close the game is coming up next week, I don't know, man. This is going to be one of the greatest games in Nebraska high school history. Millard South is the unstoppable force. Westside is the immovable object.
Oh, my gosh, you sound like the 1971 Nebraska-Oklahoma matchup.
That was the college game of the century.
Well, you know, it's going to be one of those games where the weather will be a factor in the game. It's chilly out here, but you know, it's one of those games where throwing the football, you know, is going to be a little tougher in the chilly weather. And Westside has the ground game to do it. And they've just got to shut out the big plays that Millard South has. Not many people have talked about Millard South's defense, but Millard South's defense is excellent. And everybody talks about Jet Tamala and that offense and their receivers, but Millard South's defense hasn't given up hardly any points this season, about 20 points total. A lot of shutouts, so who knows? It could be a defensive matchup. You never know.
2nd and 8. 54 seconds left to go, and the Warriors in victory formation. Braylon Warren taking a well-deserved knee, as they will have to run one more play before the game is over. Both teams lining up, and this will be the end of the line for Kearney. They will finish their season with a record of 7-4. Westside moving to 10-1 on the season, and will play to survive another week against the Millard South Patriots. And what I would say is the game of the century in Nebraska high school Class A.
And this is our final free broadcast on Warrior Television. Next week's game is part of the Nebraska High School Network. which means you will have to pay for a fee of around $12 to watch the game. So this is the final free broadcast that you'll see on YouTube for Westside. But still join us next week. We will be here to broadcast this game of the semifinals between Millard South and Westside. And believe me, folks, it'll be one for the ages, the way that these two teams have played this season. Westside had that stumble against Central in the middle of the season, but they have come back to show they are still one of the best teams in the state.
Warriors take down the Bearcats 35-7. Some quick statistics before we head to our player of the game interview in a couple of minutes. Braylon Warren, 11 for 17, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 173 yards. For Kearney, it was Zach Atchison who was the main ball carrier, 105 yards on the ground for him. Tay Jenkins, 202 with a long 65-yard scamper. He had a trifecta of touchdowns. And on the receiving end, Bryson Williams led the pack with 101 yards on 3 receptions.
Now Tay has about 1,850 yards. He could next week go over the 2,000-yard mark, which is very rare for high school players in the state of Nebraska, but that kind of tells you what kind of season Tay's had. Only a junior, folks, and he's had a tremendous, tremendous junior year. And they've got one huddle left on the field with the coach talking to the players, Coach Lamanji. But stick around, folks. We're going to have our post-game interview. Hunter will have our play of the game.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Player of the game coming up next. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm here with our player of the game, quarterback Braylon Warren. Braylon, a big game from you, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. What does it mean to get a big win like this here in the quarterfinals?
I mean, it means a lot. We got to keep on pushing and keep on working for next week. I mean, we got Millard South. We just got to read our keys and everything. We just got to keep on pushing and got to execute.
Like I said, 176 yards. Man alongside you is Tay Jenkins. He had 202 himself, so what does it mean to have like Tay Jenkins, that type of player behind you?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the defense is focusing on Tay, which lets me go over top and everything. And he's really like distraction to help me do what I can to win this game for us. And it's amazing having us two in the backfield.
And then speaking of over the top, I want to go back to a play. You threw it about 60 or 70 yards through the air to Bryson Williams on a big play that really set the tone for this game. So take me through that play. Threw it over the top to Bryson Williams. What went through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was one-on-one and no safety up over the top. I knew he was going to beat him with speed and let my guy go be a guy, like let him win the rep.
And then as a quarterback, you're the general of this team. Next week, against Miller South, what could be the game of the century here in high school football, kind of determined the state championship is the state championship rematch from last year. So what do you guys have to do in preparation, go into the game, and then go into probably the game of the century, hopefully to win that?
Yeah, I'm excited to go. We just got to we got to stay focused, got to have high energy, and we got to execute every day in practice and everything, and just come out like with confidence and ready to go, which I know we will be, and I'm excited for that game.
And then how big is this win to keep that confidence going, especially after a loss to Central midway through the season? Yeah. You guys got a couple big wins, including against Creighton Prep and Elkhorn South, 2 top teams that are going to be almost going to be in the court in the semifinals. So how big is the confidence builder coming after this game?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, that loss against Central, it really like humbled us and helped us build our confidence. Like anything is possible. We got to stay focused. We got to stay humble and down to earth and everything. So we're just building our confidence every week, just knowing anything is possible.
Thank you guys for tuning on the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valapek along with our player of the game, Braylon Warren. Thank you, Braylon. He had 176 yards today and 2 touchdowns. We'll be back next week on the NFHS Network as the Westside Warriors and the Millard South Patriots will battle it out for a spot in the state championship. Have a great night, everyone.